I went in the other room and I had a moment of clarity, connected with Allah. And I said, oh Allah, people believe that money makes money. People believe if they have 20 million pounds that, you know, they'll turn that into another 20 million pounds. But I believe that if I start with you with £1 in my pocket, I think I had £1 in my pocket that time. If I start with you with this £1 in my pocket, that I would have more blessings with this £1 than 20 million pounds with no blessing in it. So it's the technology that I sacrificed, and I helped my mum and gave her the money when I was left down to £1 and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I trusted in Allah, right? So always the dua that I make is Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illahu wa alayhi tawakkaltu wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. That dua that I made and that sacrifice for my mother, that technology that I was going to buy is the same technology that now I'm a master of. And with that technology that I've gone and worked at the highest level in film. And in fact, nobody is even better than well, nobody has a senior position than myself in the filming industry in that regard. I'll tell you what it required, unfortunately, to get to this stage. It required a lot of sacrifice. It required a lot of days away. This side of it is really the conflicting side of it, which is when you go in these journeys and you go in these paths, how much do you sacrifice? And I think a lot of people who do dawah, who work in foreign posts, who work in even the military, who work in different sort of like jobs where a lot of travel is involved, it's a lot of like a responsibility on the family, and it can be tough on family life. And so yeah, I mean that's may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help me to balance that, because I might be a master of balancing cameras, but balancing family and other things, it can be tricky. So yeah, I'll send you a link there, but it says camera stabilization technology developer Rizwan Wadan is one of the few practicing Muslims to have broken through into the mainstream filming industry in the UK. You know, that for me is like, Alhamdulillah, that's the way they see me and are happy to write about me like that, because they've seen me say no and do things. You know, I've turned, you know, I've been on a film set, and I'm going to reveal this with you first. I think you need to know this yourself. I've been on a film set because they don't tell, you know, you're not told, you're not told what you're going to be filming at times, because the scripts are secret. So you go as an operator and you just do as you're told. I told you about the hierarchy. You go in, you don't question what's going on, and you could be on a film set, and all of a sudden, these days, a lot of people will, unfortunately, they'll know, is that
you've got I'm showing the film now of the market set that you set up for Error and Terror, depicting Islam, trying to stop Islam being depicted as being associated with extremism and terrorism and violence.
So if we have a stigma of extremism and terrorism consistently associated with us, how can we not realize that that needs to be tackled? Because this is why these other things have been allowed to be, you know, the stigma spreads further within this community, within that community, within that country, within there. So, you know, it's a difficult thing for us to understand, but media is important, and the power of media having the influence ourselves, it's not just something that we want, but believe me, the non-Muslims are dying for it. You've been with me.